Alita Battle Angel. This is a film that is actually directed by Robert Rodriguez, as well as that it is partly written by James Cameron, as well as the likes of Alita Kalogridis. I have to look at my phone to make sure I'm getting these names correctly. But this is all based off of this graphic novel, which is written by Yukito Kishiro. This film follows kind of a futuristic world in which there are kind of sky cities, or at least what we're introduced to, one main sky city where all of the rich and the powerful are, and everyone below that lives on the actual world is kind of in the dumps, and they're kind of left behind. We specifically follow this doctor. His name is Dr. Dyson Ito. He's specifically, his whole realm is kind of, helping fix people's bodies with new different technology parts and such like that. And he ends up finding the old some body parts of this old technological kind of robot, and brings it back to his place and decides to kind of build it up from the ground up, and that ends up being our character Alita. The entire rest of the film is now learning about them and their connections and everything like that. And what did I think of this film? Well, I didn't think it was that good. I really didn't enjoy it that much. For the most part, while I was sitting in my chair watching this film, I was actually pretty bored, I do have to say. There was something about it that was kind of it was just so slow, and something about the writing was just so incredibly unrealistic. None of the characters felt real to me. I didn't care about literally any of them. They tried to make Alita likable, and they tried to make, the doctor likable, because, he has this side evil thing he's doing on the side, this side hustle he has going on, but you really try to they try to engage you with him and kind of feel for him. And then of course there's Alita, who's kind of thrown into this world with a new life, and she doesn't really understand everything that's happening. So you're supposed to be able to kind of sympathize with them and everything, but I couldn't at all. They were just all so fake seeming to me. No characters spoke how people you would no one had any connections whatsoever that I even cared about, and for the most part a lot of this movie is just very, very slow. He was just in here. Mom, he's gonna do that anyway. I'm losing footage.
What's his name?
They kind of broke the boundaries with some things that I wasn't expecting. Like all of a sudden, at one point, a character is one of our characters is completely sawn in half. In fact, that happens a lot during this film. There are so many people that are sawn in half, or they have all of their limbs torn off. It was actually really, really brutal. So if you like that kind of thing, I'm sure that'll keep you in a little bit. I do have to say that was the one thing that kind of kept me going during the entire film. Was all of a sudden we'd have an action scene, which the action I thought was really lame, but then all of a sudden someone's freaking lower half just gets pulled off, and it's oh, what the hell just happened? The villains I didn't really care about. I mean, there's this whole dynamic about everyone's trying to get to the upper city and everything like that. I didn't, once again, just like the rest of these characters, I didn't find them, I wasn't able to connect with them whatsoever. They were all just really bland, classic, I am better than you, and I deserve this and you don't, and they just weren't really special to me. I didn't think anyone had really any special acting. In fact, most of it I thought was pretty bad. Mahershala Ali, who is an actor that I definitely love and respect, he was probably the best, I would say. Everyone else was really, really lame, and I'm definitely gonna jot that up to. Part of it is because of their acting. It just wasn't that great in this film. The other part is because the writing in this film is just horrible. It's just really bad. It also never really felt like anything was happening in the film per se. There was never a point that we were really leading up to. Of course there's a main, there's the main goal that everyone's trying to get to the city, but there's never one big thing that's kind of happening to me. Of course it's beat the evil guys and everything like that. But you'll understand when you see it, but the end of the film, it just cuts off so abruptly. And we were sitting there in the theater, a friend and I, and we were watching it, and I was the movie all of a sudden just ended. And I was are you kidding me? Did it actually just end there? They kind of play it, they definitely play it it's open to a sequel, but it didn't just feel oh, there's a cliffhanger. It felt like the movie just stopped. It didn't feel like, oh, we're leading up to this thing, and nope, you gotta wait till the next movie to see it. It literally just felt like they made half of a movie to me. That's what it felt like. And it was just full of, they tried to fit in action, and they tried to fit in, getting these characters, like, you got to learn about them and everything. But it didn't work for me whatsoever. That's pretty much all I have to say about this film. I saw it almost a month ago, I think, or maybe a little more. So I don't fully remember everything. This is one of the few films I actually didn't write notes for, because my mind was too set on making my short film. But now I'm gonna make sure that every single film that I watch, I am writing notes for, so that I can make as many cinema talks as I can. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. This film was not that great to me, and so Alita Battle Angel, I am giving a 4 out of 10. It was not very entertaining. It was pretty boring. I didn't care about any of the characters. I didn't care about the story. But there was some crazy action, and sometimes there were some visuals that I kind of liked and stuff like that. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have not done so yet, make sure to subscribe, make sure to like this video, and check out the rest of my stuff, because I'm going on a huge social media kick right now. Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, that is all at Real Trevor Evans. I also write a blog, that is trevanswrites.com. My podcast, which is also uploaded on this channel. The first video, actually, the first podcast that actually has video is now up on my channel. That is episode number 5. Entitled Making a Short Film, where I give my entire experience of making my little short film for a film festival. Make sure to check that out. If you don't want to watch the full video, the audio versions are also available on iTunes, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.